Welcome, brothers. I talked to a fellow on Skype earlier today, and he had written a story for me to share with you fellas. He writes, "Hi Supreme, I have decided to write down my whole story just to prove that everyone has a chance with girls. So I want you guys to pay attention, okay?" He writes, "First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Andrew, and he's Hungarian. He's living in London right now. I'm a white guy, 5'8" tall. I was working as a bodyguard until 2.5 months ago. Unfortunately, I got into a serious incident with black guys during my night shift. I am no racist. Sorry if you feel offended. I'm just being precise. Unfortunately, I was the weaker one against 5 of them, so I got beaten up big time and got my legs broken on several places. 53 places to be precise. And these black guys in London went outside the building he was working at. He went to shoo them off, and they were loaded, and they beat him up badly. And this brother's not a racist after losing his leg, okay? So you guys who are into that racial shit and that hatred stuff, look at what this man has went through. My left leg was saved, but they couldn't fix the blood vessels in my right one. Nothing to do. They had to cut it off. That means they cut his leg off, fellas. After that happened, all my friends turned their back on me and forgot about me instantly. So he lost all of his friends. My girlfriend told me fair and square she can't live with a disabled man. I was so down, I called my mom, crying like a baby, asking her if I still have hope to live a normal life. She told me while crying she doesn't know. That was the point when I committed suicide. I cut my wrist up, hoping I would die, but I was still under rehabilitation, so the doctors saved my life once again. Then I decided I will give myself one last chance and will ask the first reliable person I meet wherever and ask him/her about his/her opinion. Fortunately, it was Supreme who told me about the guy with the elephant disease with a wife and kids. Then, still on that day, I started to use a dating site to find a girl. Never thought I will use a site like this, and don't laugh at me or I will kick your fucking balls with my only leg, I swear. I was chatting with a Russian girl named Natalia, and we decided to meet each other the next day. When she saw me, she was scared. She didn't know about my leg, and she didn't know how to respond. I acted as if nothing happened and tried to be as funny as I can. Guess what happened? I brought her home and fucked her. Yes, I did. I did it. Of course, and by the way, he couldn't talk on Skype. He could only deliver the message because there was a woman laying next to him. Okay? This is a man with one leg, got a woman laying next to him sleeping, so he couldn't talk on Skype. You guys out there who are struggling in your game, he has one leg, and you guys have two. You shamed yourselves. Of course, it was a one-night thing, but still happened. So, guys, if you think you are too ugly or too loser to even try, then don't think. Do it. Try it. Everyone can do this if I could. Also note that I lost my job as well, and my company told me the whole thing was my fault. Shame on them. So I don't get any pension. That's fucked up. Oh, that is fucked up. Fuck. All he tried to do was shoo them off the property so they didn't do any property damage. Man, that's fucked up. Damn, I didn't know that. He writes, I will look for a new job as soon as possible. P.S. Supreme, I'm really grateful for that one reply, what saved my entire life. Man, that's really sad. He finishes with, I want you to use this story to improve your business. Yes, fuckers, I don't care what you think. He saved my crappy life, even though he didn't even know me. So I will try to support him with this at least. Thank you, Player Supreme. And Andrew, I thank you very much for that letter. I'm a little bit speechless right now. I have to formulate my thoughts. I think about the people who are struggling out there. I think of the TFL people. I think of there's a guy that's on the channel right now that spammed my channel. And I think of what he's whining about. And I look at what Andrew did. And there was a woman laying next to him. When I was in my 30s, I used to read all these success books and stuff like that, and I'll never forget the story that I read, and I don't recall all the incidences, but there was a man. He was in a very bad plane accident. I believe it was a plane accident first. So he was horribly disfigured and burned and in a wheelchair and still trying to date and dating, I should say. And he ran for, and I believe he won something. He ran for the governor of a state, and his campaign was not just a pretty face. Now his face was horribly burned. Some of his fingers were burned off. Okay? He was in a wheelchair. His legs were burned off. Then he was in another accident, and I don't recall what happened, but this man, he turned his life around. He became a success in business, and he became a success at politics. Okay? So I look at fellas who are healthy, strong, and they whine about, okay, I'm 5'2", I'm fat, I'm balding, but they're walking around. They're not burned up. They don't have that elephant tumors on their faces. I look at Andrew here, and I swear to God, it just makes me want to jump through the computer at each of these motherfuckers and beat the shit out of them. Give me a baseball bat and give them something real to cry about and whine about. And these people didn't even give Andrew fucking pension. Don't think he doesn't regret that night every moment he's awake. What do you have to regret, fellas with two legs? You fellas who get up and walk around and whine about your lives. And you notice he said 5'8". He didn't say 6'4". 5'8". So you guys who whine about your height, you guys who whine about the way you look and all that kind of stuff, you have, if you're fat, you could lose the weight. If you're fat, you can find an even bigger chick. The guy that spammed the channel saying that they're big chicks that don't even want him, bullshit. He said he already had relationships with some bigger women. I leave you with Andrew's story. He's on the channel. You guys feel free to talk to him and get his life story from him. But I think he serves as an inspiration to all of us. For the TFL people, you guys don't belong here. You guys disgust me. When I read about people like Andrew and the other fellow that I mentioned, you guys really disgust me. As men, you turn my stomach. Peace, fellas.